Hola, Valerie. Tio Charlie here. Going to read you a book, a libre.
Hoy te va a leer un libro.
Love You Forever.
Te amo por siempre.
I used to read this to my son, Javan,
Se lo leía a su hijo Javen,
back when Karen was a little girl.
como cuando la Karen era una niña.
I didn't read it to Karen.
A la Karen no se lo leyó.
There are 3 characters in this book.
Hay 3 caracteres en este libro.
The mama,
La mamá,
the baby,
el bebé
and cat.
y el gato.
Cat's name is Stonewall.
El gato se llama Stonewall.
A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang a song. I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I am living, my baby you will be. There's the mama,
Está la mamá,
the baby,
el bebé
and Stonewall.
y Stonewall.
Stonewall wants to see the book too.
El gato también quiere ver el libro.
The baby grew and he grew and he grew and he grew. He grew up until he was 2 years old. And he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator. And he took all his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would just say, "This kid is driving me crazy, loco." Cat.
Gato.
But at night time, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she would open the door to his room, would crawl across the floor, looked up over the side of the bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she would sing that song. I'll love you for always, forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I am living, my baby you will be. See the mama and the baby? Where's that cat? There's Stonewall. The little boy grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. And he never wanted to come in for dinner. Never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. Say zoo.
Zoo.
There, he's a teenager. Oh, there's a cat running away. Ah! Bye, Stonewall. He's making a mess. Look at the mess. Bubblegum.
Chicle.
But at night time, when he was asleep, his mama quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. And if he was really asleep, she picked him up, that 9-year-old boy, and rocked back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she would sing that beautiful song. I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I am living, my baby you will be. Look at the mama holding the 9-year-old kid. Oh, there's Stonewall.
¿Viste el gato? La mamá le canta I love you forever. Te amo por siempre, le canta la mamá.
That boy grew and he grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends and he wore strange clothes and he listened to strange music. Sometimes his mother felt like she was in that zoo. Crazy. Look at the crazy friend. Loco. Pizza. Coca-Cola. Gato. Stonewall. But at night time, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door of his room. She would crawl across the floor and look up over the bed. And if he was really asleep, she would pick that teenager up who had become a big boy and rock him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, while she sang that song. I will love you forever. I will like you for always. As long as I am living, my baby you will be. Look at the baby. Look at the boy. No longer a little baby. Baseball bat. Play baseball. Oh, Stonewall. And here's the mama. Well, that teenager grew and he grew and he grew and he grew. And he grew up until he was a grown-up man. He felt he left home and got a house of his own across town. There he is, packing up all his stuff, putting it in a truck. Watched him do all that work, and there's Mama helping. He's going to drive across town into his own house. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town with a car. What does she have there? She has a ladder. If all the lights in her son's house were out, the mama would open his bedroom window, crawl across that floor, and looked up over the bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she'd pick that great big man up and rock him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, while she sang that beautiful little song. I will love love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I am living, my baby you will be. Big old man like Daddy in his mama's arms, now almost like a grandma. That's Jeb, a new cat. Well, that mother, she grew older and she grew older and she grew older and grew older. And one day she called up her son on the telephone and said, "You better come see me because I'm very old and very, very sick." So her son came to see her. And when he came in the door, she tried to sing that song. She sang, "I will love you forever. I will like you for always." And she was old and sick. But she couldn't finish it because she coughed. She's on the telephone. And there's the boy all growed up to be a man, making cookies. Jeb the cat now. The son went to his mama's house and he picked her up and rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then he began to sing. "I will love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I am living, my mama you will be." The mama's like a baby now. Jeb the cat. The baby growed up to be a man. When the son came home that night, he stood for a long, long time at the top of the stairs. There's the stairs. And he was thinking. And then that man went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. And her name was Valerie. He picked Valerie up in his arms and very slowly rocked back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked that little baby Valerie, he sang to her, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I am living, my baby you will be." And the boy grew up to be a daddy. And the daddy had his own baby named Valerie. And that is the story of Love You Forever.
Esta es la historia de Amo por Siempre.
Good night.
Buenas noches. Me dijo que no te tradujera todo el video.